Fez, what are you doing after the show today?
After the show today, Ronnie, I'm probably going to work a little bit more on my memoirs. That's what I'm going to be doing.
I know you were telling me before that you have a book deal.
Yes, exactly.
And this is going to be a novel, the story of your life. What are we talking about here?
Yeah, exactly. It is going to be my autobiography. It's my memoirs, some of my experiences growing up, right, all the way up to the XM years here.
And you think that's exciting enough?
Oh, I think so, yeah, definitely.
It's not going to be February 13th, went to the mall, found nice shoes.
No. It's not like some schoolgirl diary or anything.
Right.
This is exciting tales. I've had a lot of experiences.
All right.
Growing up.
Good.
So I'm going to, it's the truth. It's my memoirs. I mean, I just finished writing up this chapter. Remember that story I told you about those guys that tried to take my bike when I was a little kid?
Oh, yeah. You've told that story quite a few times.
Yeah. I just finished writing up that chapter. I'll read it to you. From Fez Whatley's memoir, A Million Little Peaches. That was the summer I got back from martial arts camp in Japan. My sensei told me I was the youngest person ever to achieve the title of ninja. I rode my very cool boy's bike to the local health food store for a healthy snack of some kelp. On my way home, it happened. There I was confronted by 10 to 12 gang members, each carrying a dirty, hairy .44 Magnum. I don't know if they were Crips or Bloods or what. It all happened so fast. But I knew two things. They wanted my bike, and they meant business. My first instinct was to reason with them. Knowing my extensive training, the last thing I wanted to do was to go too far and kill one of these punks. When I tried talking to the leader of this gang, his breath smelt like whiskey and hot piss. He knocked my kelp right out of my hand. So much for those healthy antioxidants. Then came the struggle for my boy's bike. I did what I had to do. I broke the handlebars off my own bike and fashioned them into a crude homemade pair of nunchucks. What happened next is pretty much a blur. I took out the leader quick with a strike to the throat. The toady behind him was next. A roundhouse kick and a pair of handlebar nunchucks to the skull later, he was down. The other 15? Well, that was just for fun. By then, the cops had showed up, man. It must have looked pretty bad, with about 20 punks laying there, in their own blood, shit, and semen, moaning. And me standing over them, wearing nothing but my nunchucks and a smile. I did time for that one. Big time. 10 long years in the state pen. It was worth it. So that's just one story out of my memoirs.
What's the name of this book of yours, though?
A Million Little Peaches.
All right, let me look over A Million Little Peaches, because I've heard you tell your story before.
Right, yeah.
And I didn't know that it was A Million Little Peaches, but
I think this is going to end up on Ron Fez book club.
Well, I remember this story a couple times, because it was the Cane Pole Gang story, right, Fez?
Right, yeah.
And this was the summer you got back from martial arts camp in Japan. When was this summer? I don't remember that happening.
Okay, all right. That didn't happen exactly that way. That was actually Fat Camp in Georgia.
All right, so it wasn't martial arts camp in Japan, Fat Camp in Georgia.
Yeah.
Were you a ninja?
No, but
you were a Nancy.
Yeah, yes. See, the way I remember it, I was a ninja.
Yeah.
But I guess
it didn't happen that way.
It was one of the Fat Camp counselors saying I attacked the food like a ninja.
Yeah, because
so it's just, it's the way I remember it.
It's very rare for them to give out the title ninja at Fat Camp.
Right, yeah.
All right, here's another problem I have with this.
Yeah.
It says that you were wearing a boy's bike. You were riding a boy's bike.
Yeah, I was riding my boy's bike.
Yeah.
Down to the health food store.
Did you have a boy's bike?
Not exactly.
Did it have a bar there in the middle?
No. It was a hand-me-down bike from my sister.
What color?
It was a pinkish purple thing.
So you got to take out the boy's bike.
Had a basket on the front.
All right, going to the local health food store for a healthy snack of some kelp.
Okay, yeah. See, the essence of that is true.
Well,
Because it was a 7-Eleven.
yeah.
And I had gotten a Slurpee.
Right.
Is what happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
You were confronted by 10 to 12 gang members.
Right, yeah. I was confronted.
How many?
Well, it's hard to remember sometimes because, it's a long time ago. And, of course, these are my own personal experiences.
Right.
It was two people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Each carrying a Dirty Harry 44 Magnum?
All right, now that probably needs to be addressed because it wasn't a 44 Magnum.
Right.
Yeah.
What was it?
It was homemade fishing poles.
A cane pole.
Yeah, cane poles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bamboo.
Didn't know if they were Crips or Bloods. Well, how could they be? They were white kids, right?
Yeah, and
two white kids with cane poles.
Yeah, and shirtless and wearing dungaree shorts.
Yeah,
cutoffs.
Well, they were after your bike.
Yeah, now see there, right there, the essence of the story, right there.
Yeah.
It's totally true. It's right there. Right.
His breath, as you talked to the leader of the gang, his breath smelled like whiskey and hot piss.
Right.
Why?
Yeah.
Why would that be under any circumstance?
Well, your senses just kind of light up in a dangerous situation like that. You don't know exactly what you're seeing, hearing, or smelling. It could have just been a Slim Jim smell.
No, he knocked the kelp out of your right hand. What was in your right hand?
That would have been the Slurpee.
All right.
But see, that's still true. I mean, my snack did get knocked out of my hand. That happened. Fatty
Pneumonia was driving home on his bike, eating yet another Slurpee. I'm going to guess his 8th of a day, and a kid knocked it out of your hand.
Yeah.
So now it says you broke the handlebars off your bike and fashioned them into a crude homemade pair of nunchucks.
Right, yeah. So basically that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Basically. My handlebars did get bent, but that was when they took my bike away from me and threw it in the ditch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the handlebars are bent on that bike.
Well, that was also, they were bent from carrying the full weight of your 8-year-old body, too. Okay, now you're taking out the leader with a strike to the throat.
Yeah, that basically worked the other way.
Yeah.
Where the kid that wanted my bike, out of the two of them, the one that was screaming at me, he hit me in the ear.
Yeah. And what did you do?
Well, I immediately let go of the bike.
Right.
Yeah, and I screamed, that didn't hurt. Yeah.
Did you do 10 years for this? Did the cops show up and all you were wearing was nunchucks and a smile?
Now, see, that is still, the essence is there. The basic truth is in that because, all right, I didn't do the jail time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right there. I didn't do the jail time, but I did get in trouble for not coming home with my bike, and I had to go back and get it.
It must have been an embarrassment to your entire family.
Yeah, I mean, there was trouble.
Right.
Yeah. Cop trouble, parent trouble, fatty go get your bike trouble.
Right.
To me, 6 of one, half dozen of the other.
Well,
so I'm really hoping to get this published.
I don't see it happening. It's actually an embarrassment. It's an embarrassment to all of us here. Here's Klinger. Klinger, you're on Ron Fez. How are you? What's up, Kling?
Yeah, I was wondering if Fez could read the chapter about where he saves a lady by pushing her colon back in.
That was yesterday's show.
Yeah, I haven't gotten up to the XM years yet.
When Earl fainted on the air. Here's our buddy UFO Phil. Phil, how are you, pal?
Hey, Phil.
Oops, I missed him. Here you go, Phil. Phil, you're on the air.
Hi. I was hoping that Fez would include in his memoirs the time he was abducted by aliens. I think that's very important.
That was you, Phil, not Fez.
No, it was Fez, because last time I was abducted, when they took me aboard the mothership, I went to the Wall of Fame where they put all the pictures of everyone they've taken, and I clearly recalled seeing Fez, though I was in a bit of a fog.